surprise to me that coL picked a team with his own brother on it. I feel like that'd be more of a concern. But I sort of agree. I think this is a very good TV matchup. At the same time, we have seen Luna win versus Terrorblade in this tournament already. I think it was BO3 versus Secret.
And how did that happen?
For the most part, I think they also had a Necro. The lane matchup worked out very well. They had good control factors for him. Secret didn't have a lot of team fight on their side, so all of these elements added up together.
And it may not be a Necro, but Lina is still a credible threat against doesn't feel.
I do think if it goes late game, though, EG is going to struggle pretty hard this game.
Certainly have a lineup that
30 seconds
earlier
to battle.
Lord coming out where it's good counter to the Terrorblade, sure, but it's definitely a heavy focus.
Gonna swap with the lane. Easier for them. They want the Terrorblade against the Underlord idea.
Yeah. And then on the other side, you're gonna try a complexity matchup.
The battle begins.
Lineup where you would at least super early on have that meta.
So for people that don't know, the reason why Terrorblade is so good is just because when you pop that reflection by your really strong Luna version that you can't run away from, really dispel. More importantly,
it runs very fast. A lot of damage. We're going to see EG try and cut off complexity here for being able to get to that.
Going to start bottom, begin the game, but ideally he rotates mid as often as he can because I think it's very easy to kill that Invoker with some help. As the first meta is always going to be a little bit rough for him.
Now this seems weird because you do have this sort of aggro tri-lane with Enigma, so not only are you splitting experience with full, but you're also going having half of your creep speed. Can't really go up to that top lane, won't be able to help out the Underlord, so it seems like he's just going to be constantly rotating mid and bottom.
Yeah, I'd imagine what he wants to make play is he's going to let Lina hit level 3, get her stun, or at least 2 levels of the nuke. Who is going for the Quas Wex build, and I think that's in response to the fact that he presumes EG's lineup is going to try to be aggressive and push. That's usually what you do when you have an Underlord. I think Quas Wex Invoker is one of the best ways to deal with Underlord.
Get hit by a tornado EMP, you no longer want to take those fights. No longer.
He's also such a slow hero, Underlord. It's not easy for him to evade it. He's also getting tri-laned as
Z-Free. He just goes behind the tower, doesn't really seem to care. They want to try and push him away from this creep wave as it does begin to die underneath Stark and all that experience. That's why maybe Crit's going to go over, but bottom lane, you're going to have your first blood, potentially Snaking. It's going to die to RTZ. First blood goes to Evil Geniuses.
And at top lane, Z-Free taking a lot of damage. Of course, S4 can't really do anything to help. Here, that'll dissuade them from getting aggressive here as Gem chasing down S4. He is starting to get a little bit low, but they're just trying to protect the creep wave so that nobody can farm, and that's why Crit is up here.
Really like the fact that Crit right? They were being so aggressive to S4 already, and then just add on the fact that you have like a 2.5 creep wave pushing into a tower. Like, that's a lot of experience you can afford to miss out on. As you can see, that Complexity are trying to put a lot of effort shutting S4. Now, why is that? Why are they doing the full tri-lane here at this top?
I think because helping your Enigma at bottom it's not going to change the course of the lane. More importantly, this guy needs as much experience as possible. I don't think it's possible to kill Alina either with the type of heroes that they have. Plus, if you think that the Terrorblade is the best possible late game hero in this game, you want to try to secure its farm as early on as possible.
And then there's also the fact that counter to this Terrorblade as well, so you want to down. I mean, coL brought this up the panel when Dazzle, right? Because of the weave, when you as an Underlord cannot challenge the Terrorblade, when you cannot run at him, Firestorm, rely on your guard and your passive to be able to protect you, then you feel like you won't have like your point of the heroes supposed to be playing forward as much as possible. S4 is going to take a lot of tick damage here. Might be okay. Same goes with Snaking. Both of the offlaners drop very low. Oh, the shot!
One last
From
hit.
the side from Eternal Envy will claim that kill. 1-1 now.
We're going to even things up. And they needed a kill like that. Especially if you're going to devote the tri-lane to the Z-Freak. Spending so much of his time up there trying to zone out S4. But now S4 going to get the creep wave under his tower to help him get some free farm. It's the rotation mid that I'm looking for right now from Crit.
Yeah, now that he kind of secured the lane a little bit for the Underlord, he comes full health, full man. He Crit's help. Run under tower. Crit is a little bit more free.
Following him around is the sleep. Connects to the rest of the creeps down there. This is really smart from Z-Freak. Trying to waste as much time as possible at bottom lane. Gonna get aggressive again.
Gonna get nuked down by RTZ. It's Flying who picks up the kill this time around.
Runs into the Earthshaker. Really looking to do too much, and this is his way of protecting his Invoker, giving him that one-on-one matchup.
And he's not trying to actually gank mid. He's just foil the Earthshaker's gank.
Sleep flies out.
They're
This
gonna
is
try.
met.
It
Should be a kill.
Firestorm goes out. They do have a really good Fissure, but a big Shadow Wave comes out from the Dazzle, helping bring down that.
Very good positioning by the two supports on the side. The complexity, they're doing a very good job of shutting down this Underlord. And more importantly, they're not allowing this Lina to snowball ahead, get that kill on the Invoker.
Again. Poke his head out.
He's gonna get stuck.
Oh, he's gonna get LSA for sure. The Tornado EMP is not gonna be enough to save Jackie Mao. His attempt at helping out Limp's lane doesn't go.
Limp isn't even doing too bad, but that kill gonna help out Crit a little bit. Already gone boots. A bit of a greedier build. Has that fully completed Tranquil too, so he can get a lot more active on the map. Picks up smoke for himself as we see S4 relegated to the jungle. Both offlaners pressure of those heroes.
Look how little CS. 9 CS for the Underlord, 7 for. He has more denies than he has CS off of the Eidolon. Refill the bottle coming in for Crit. Boys, touch will.
About to hit level 6 though. You do want to continue to try to set up a kill on mid, and maybe you go for the smoke here.
Very defensive. Well, S4 doesn't have same options with only Firestorm. Much work.
Maybe they can set up a dive here. While they see two supports, they should make the move on to mid at the same time.
Or may not have a way out of here. Tries to Quelling Blade through one of the trees. Blocked up a bit by Eternal Envy. They're going to try and surround him. Gets the Shadow Wave off, and that'll be the kill. And our supports on the side of Evil Kings does not go for the dive on mid lane, as you predicted. They, despite seeing the two supports, despite knowing it was going to be 1 versus 3, they don't the opportunity.
And the deny onto the rune. I think MVTP, presuming that they would make that sort of move, and he was proactive on that, which I really like.
Yeah.
And even if it doesn't net him anything, he does get the deny off onto the rune, and this is going to waste us time of both Fly and Crit.
Can't really. They're not being too effective. Ganking mid or shutting down every single time. Approach the Enigma, he just.
Luna, terribly getting equivalent amounts of farm. Done such a good job of just shutting down S4, and we know that Underlord isn't the easiest hero to come back on. Because you just need a farm. You don't really have a lot of avenues back into the game otherwise. You can't really go around ganking. That's why I think they picked a very active mid.
Imagine you were an Invoker player. You'd rather be the Lina or the Invoker?
I think my job as the Invoker would be a lot easier, as up at top S4 might just go down for the 4th time. He's going to get funneled into the trees, giving up his life to the Terrorblade, and the tower might go down shortly after that too.
Both safe lane carries are trying to take that out.
This is just good play.
He's big going for this.
Both of them timing it around the time that the catapult comes in, both the supports angling around to shove off the offlaners. Snaking was more wise to that fact, and immediately said, there's nothing I can do about bottom. He's going to give up that tower for free. But this is the correct call by him.
52 and 26 for the.
spotted by that Eidolon. Ports from Complexity. They've primarily been playing around this top area, but it's been working out because they've been netting themselves kills.
All right, who's buying the toe? Press. Good God. Just now picking up level 4 in 8 minutes. Super unhappy.
I think he'll be okay though, because the lane will naturally push into him, and two supports from coL don't really want to play top. I'd imagine they'd want to go mid.
Boards of geniuses. Successful.
Board is laid out. Power. No meta up. I think it's unlikely that S4 dies anymore. Is the tornado going to catch Lina? Not really a setup attempt. Everyone's just kind of waiting around these two areas. Actually, are aware for this too. At bottom is going to block him off temporarily. And that's actually perfect.
Beautiful Fisher block there from Crit. That'll secure another kill and more pressure onto the tier 2.
They're going to skip the wave. They'll glyph it so they can keep the catapult alive.
Very smart. Big difference here is Snake playing jungle gets to get a lot more out of that while S4 was shoved away, but S4 protecting the tier 2, whereas Snake when he tries to rotate that,
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
For the 10-minute marker for Evil Genius. So their push line, as you say, this is going to be high tempo. They can't go to late game. This is looking to be a successful start.
Good job of that. They've already got the mask and accelerate her farm. We've got access to Complexity's Ancient. These dragons over here. I'd imagine the next play for EG is to try to go for this mid tower to completely free up that jungle area, then play some aggressive wards around that safe lane tower up at top.
And that'll be the true test for the rotations of how they actually get it. Taking that tier 2, you know, that's small potato. Kill on an Enigma, the free tier. Mid tier 1. Where that's pretty farm to come to, you're going to put a lot more resource in that tower as well.
Look at this.
Right around the 10-minute rune spawn. Limp. They're not going to get there in time into that high ground area.
Want to try to catch somebody.
CTNC, that's still going to be perfect. And get the tornado EMP, pop that metamorphosis to make sure to get the Lina kill and see if they can start marching down that bottom lane.
Rune is still up there. Both teams assuming that they had gone for it already. Really grabbing that weird standstill.
That was a very unique maneuver. We don't often see that kind of rotate your carry into mid, smoke, and then you smoke in the bounty runes on that side of the map. Usually it's you invade the enemy jungle, right?
I'm not sure how much I like that, just because you had a pop meta, and normally around this time meta, well, that thought is Z-Freak to get stunned up.
A lot of Firestorm damage here on Z-Freak. Does manage to get a little bit above it now. Trying to walk around, and S4 will look to cut him off. coLing blade through the tree. Z-Freak gets a brain sap on him though, and S4 will give up on this chase and look to just Dark Rift away. Should be okay as he hit a nice little pocket.
Completely gone here. Using that meta, normally you want to just farm up the
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That's what I assume he did with that. He's going to go for the drums build, combat that Luna early. I really like coL's response to this. They want to try to take fights. It's going to be hard for this TV buff in farm.
Your success at Lost Wex in poker really starts in that 15 minutes. It's already making some early rotation.
Ward laid down by Z. They want to continue to play this top area a little bit longer to grab this tower. And this just gives EG a little bit more farm, and that's where that net worth difference comes from.
You're no right.
Ward just hits level 6. Struggle. Mid lane just might be
Caught by the cold snap. Z-Freak from long range is going to be able to get that beam screen down. The Winter Wyvern comes in, gets the Winter's Curse off. Now they're still taking down on CCC. You time down the LSA. What the Eclipse? They blow both Limp and Z-Freak up together.
very well done by EG, not picking up on that. coL, they have sure, and it certainly looked that way, but a quick response from EG going to turn that into 2 kills. They might even pressure mid tower because RTZ had to rotate for this.
Radiant's middle tower.
Indeed, that's going to prompt the response. They should try to defend this mid tower. Giving it up this early on into the game is so dangerous.
You could see Dazzle and Terrorblade actually smoking together inside of their jungle and heading towards that mid lane.
Yes, this is the most important tower in the game. Controls your own jungle. Already losing that tier 2 is pretty disastrous. That means you only have this top triangle to farm, and because you haven't taken their tier 2 tower, it means that it's also difficult to go for objectives like Roshan. Still on the hunt, they want to try to connect to their Enigma, grab this tier 2 tower up at top. Scam is being very active on this Terrorblade early on. They know that S4 is in the tree line, pinging up there. They do see him with the Eidolons. They might just chase this out.
But he does have the Dark Red, so they're going to kill him. They have to do it fast. They go for the Sunder just with a little bit of extra damage. Now pop the meta. S4 trying to get out of vision, but the Eidolons are staying on top of Gifted Vision. He barely dies. Skem gets just enough damage to claim that. Now the Tornado EMP onto Crit. Instantly Echo Slams trying to slow down Limp's damage. Walking away. Snaky will catch up with the Malefice in a moment here. Gets that mini stun, and Crit will end up falling as well. Now C running into Z3. Have this on the high ground. Going to be able to his mid laner. Realize they're getting a bit greedy. With all these kills, and now just a straight up black hole on the Winter Wyvern, knowing that there's two cores separated here from this Winter Wyvern. Fly managed to get off a big Winter's Curse. That'll actually finish off one. Now the Enigma, he gets caught in the rotation of the Lina and the Luna right behind him. Sure enough, Complexity, they decide not to get greedy by going for the Lina, but still try and go for a support underneath that mid-tier 1 tower.
Yeah, both teams rotating so many different heroes. See the emphasis they are putting on that mid tower, but neither side really picking up anything other than kills.
Helmet Dominators for both. Taking a little bit farther.
One of the most common items for offlaners to build. It allows you to increase your farm by quite a bit. It makes you so tanky. Each regen is like a mini mech for your team.
Now, how do you go the Enigma in this game? Because you both have a long-range disable, which you need BKB, and you also have this Winter's Curse that pierces BKB, so you need a link. Do you just build like the sustain build that we've seen from some Enigma, and you just like play the front line and never look for that big black hole as a measure to force something out of Evil Genius?
I think I still like going for BKB.
Okay.
Just because of how low Luna to be very easy to get black hole. You just have to be very patient about the Winter's Curse.
Who did go for that urn, not going the Mask of Man. Slower time.
Still this mid tower that he's just stalwart around.
Surely S4 is just going to run that catapult at the top. Somebody's going to. That'll open up the map a little bit more long.
Now that tower's going to go down. This is going to free up a lot of space for EG. As
Echo Slam onto the Evoker. Follow up LSA. That feels a good blade as well. Not sure if that was a smoke rotation or just very 60k there from Evil Genius. Using that mid-tower push.
It's good for them. The invoke that too, so you can take advantage of some time, start to get aggressive, and it will smoke all the way around. I think that Complexity thought they were just going to give up the tower. It was low enough as it, so they assumed that EG wouldn't bring additional heroes to try to secure it. EG had other ideas. They got aggressive into the jungle. And this is why it's important to take down the tier 2 and tier 1 at bottom. You just cut off all access to that jungle area. And this is going to allow your 5 positions to farm as well.
A very fast SNY forward Skims Terrorblade. Now, this is a build that is more aggressive and fight-oriented.
I think he's just matching the Luna's pace. I think he understands that EG want to try to get aggressive early on. Trying to build too greedy, going for command Scotty or anything like that. Just decided to go for BKB real early.
Off on Fly, has to stay on top of the trees. So he won't be spotted by Z-Freak, but that out a little bit too far. Caught by the feet.
I must have stepped on
say the going for kills like that is if you notice that 2 heroes have to rotate all the way bottom, because you've lost your tier 2 and you don't really have control of your jungle, you can't immediately push the tower after. So what that is you just got to kill on a 5 position.
And that's why Winter Wyvern is playing so aggressively in this bottom lane, right? He's always pushing it out, saying, hey, you got to rotate some heroes over to deal with me, and it's not really good.
That's why doing objectives like that early on and the pattern that they take those towers is really important in Dota. Because now that you've taken those 2, you make it so that you always have to rotate a core hero down there, and that's going to create space for the rest of your team.
The almost shadow blade, so as they can push deeper and deeper onto complexity side of the map and forcing complexity to split up and deal with that opportunity.
The shadow blade is just a big item. When you do take a lot of the towers early on, you just have to be everywhere. So they're going to walk up the hill, go all the way around, try to secure this tier 1 tower, and maybe even go for rotation right after.
To the high ground. Hill. Complexity.
He's going to be real patient. Look at this. Just using his creep. Now they're going to know about CNC, obviously hurtling fire from the fog.
Doesn't look like complexity. They neither top lane tower, nor do they get a tower of their own by put mid. They're beginning to play some sort of response.
I think they should fight.
Snaking, blink dagger, from now. The evil genius would be a big opportunity. Tornado, midnight pulse goes out. That's going to be able to stop Craig from taking the blink forward. The dark rip, they need to be able to get everybody out of here, and they do. Out of the black hole they go. Only CCNC was left, and it's going to be a Winter's Curse stopping that one. CCNC is so fast that he should be able to get away now. Throwing some spells away, using that movement speed to his advantage. Evil is a clean retreat.
Oh, that was absolutely perfect. And S4 that situation perfectly. Once he saw the midnight pulse go down, it was panic mode for him. The guys gather around. Let's get out of here. And they're trying to secure that tier 2 tower at top so that they can go for the Roshan play. But instead, it's going to be complexity getting aggressive. They don't even have full, and they're going for this. This is quite dangerous as CCNC. He's going to walk in.
He's going to jump in. He will be able to get the LSA to start things off. Crit actually blinking backwards on accident. Didn't get the Echo Slam at the kitchen.
That would have been a sure kill on both those heroes, but they're going to walk in, see that Roshan is quite low. EG. They know there's no black hole, so this might just be an opportunity to take it themselves.
Oh, Crit, he had the opportunity. That would have been